This is Snake Eyes 111, and this is my Modern Settlement Building Series Part 5. I've been doing this 5 times now, and this is probably my biggest jump between episodes. 2 whole months in between, and I've probably not done as much as I wish I could have. I did a lot with this side of Norhagen. I knew doing something modern was going to be a challenge for me, and I'm still not happy with how it turned out. I'll definitely be tweaking some things in the coming days and probably a month or a couple months, depending on how long this project ends up going. I'm really just trying to improve. It's not something that I can just push out every week. It really takes the time I have to develop and process and plan for what I want to do here with this settlement and what I'm going to be doing in the future. I've been talking about the future a lot, and I really haven't completed everything I wanted to yet. I'm getting closer to checking off some of the checklists, but I'm still not there, and I'm hoping that you can see all the effort I put in here with this settlement, and look forward to what else we do in the future. And I hope you can see that effort, and I hope you enjoy whatever I make. So first, I want to thank you for watching. I'll begin by walking through some of the process for this larger update. With this modern direction, I think I wanted it to be modern, but not so simple or basic that it gets rid of the detail and the feel of an entire settlement. I've seen Vault 440 do many amazing modern homes in Fallout 4. In that way, I didn't want to redo what someone else has already done really well. I wanted to give it my own spin. I was trying to think less about recreating modern homes, but imagine new modern homes. I didn't want to be super accurate to life or recreate it, but use a little bit of it as inspiration to make my own unique idea of what a home would be. I still have a lot of detail to add before I call this area finished, but a big thing for me was making this feel like a neighborhood that's connected by this main street and the courtyard and the walkways. I also wanted it to have a completely different feel in each home. They're all different archetypes of a modern home. One is elevated with a very wide room and a larger garage. Another one is small, a simple, rectangular, tiny home. And another is a comfortable large home, almost like a family home with a yard and a pool, and 3 levels. And then a smaller apartment-style building, almost like a studio apartment, but almost like a penthouse, I suppose. I wanted to, something a bit more out there. I didn't want to be something that you've seen before. I wanted to be out there and unique and different, a bit more, wild and diverse with these different homes. I wanted to embrace the more realistic idea that this is an Institute compound with a cloaking device and Institute patrols with the sort of being like a covert and discreet guard patrolling the area. But with that, I wanted, I think I wanted to make a Italian villa, and I think in some of the images you can see that where I was going to build the apartment building and some of the road. I was building this larger apartment villa, but it didn't really fit. It didn't have the right feel for it, especially if I was doing Institute, and especially if with all these other buildings here, it just stood out like a sore thumb. So, I think it just didn't feel right, and a big thing for me was the different kinds of textures and the palette that I used. I realized that it needed to be somewhat consistent with some variation between the homes to make them feel very different, and maybe keep them the same color or mix up the palette a little bit. But I just want you to keep in mind that I'm not really done with the overall area that's built up, but there's much more to it, and it's built up to a much larger extent than you've seen in the last video, and covers the area that I want to show. The buildings themselves, or the outside of them and the inside, is completely unfinished still. I'm just not done. The insides are empty, and I need to figure out the interior still. And again, a big thing for me was trying to give each home its own unique, distinct flavor of modern. I could have just had several samey looking homes built out of the same materials, but I really wanted to position them in a way that complemented each other. Like at the end of the road is a very beautiful large home, and the small home is tucked away behind canopies and trees. The hardest part was designing them from scratch without a specific reference to recreate. I'm sort of winging it, and a lot of these I'm not even looking at a reference, so I'm really winging it when it comes to the design, so it's a lot of trial and error, and maybe making something that doesn't look very good. I started with a courtyard, those arches in the center and the park, as well as the homes on the opposite sides of each other. Then positioning the road that leads down the ways, and leading to a smaller rectangular home which branches off based on the environment, to wing that left side of the road and give the apartment penthouse a bit of room to breathe when you first see it. Each home can be viewed on its own, and I gave enough space for each to breathe, and have unique exteriors, but still, fit in the same area. I'm going to play with a bit more of it and, of course, tweak it. Any suggestions are welcome. I'm going to try some landscaping to start. I feel like I didn't exactly nail it. I feel like it's still a bit boxy, so I'm going to try and do some landscaping, see if I can mix things up a bit and try some things that I haven't tried before and try and get some things going there. But, I'll do some things to fix that. I'll fix the boxy looking structure with some detail, and eventually I'll be a lot more proud of it than I am right now. So I think what you can see right now is the outside of everything, and I think I wanted to implement nature into it, mostly because to brighten things up. I think everything is so gray and sterile and white, and it didn't really look appealing at all. It didn't look appealing. It looked like a grayish, boxy, white, black, very simple and non-complex structure. It didn't work without something that really make it pop and bring it out, and I think vegetation is one of the ways to do that. So I ended up putting a lot of trees and bushes and vines, and that made it a bit better for me. I think I'll definitely try to change things up a bit, and try and find some new vegetation, or maybe even some new mods that add some landscaping or some more modern materials that I can use. Because with the tools I'm using right now, I'm happy with them right now, but it's not quite what I'm looking for when it comes to modern. I think I need to look for more modern mods that add something a little more unique. What I'm working with is, using the standard tile, the standard square tile that I'm kind of, moving around with scrap everything and shifting it. And I'm mixing different mods and trying to see what works best. But I still feel like something is missing, and I can't quite tell what it is. And I don't know if it's detail. I don't know if it's a lack of furniture or decorations. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what I need to do to make this feel more complete. I got the pool, I got everything set up, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm missing. I have the basics, but I am definitely missing something. So I think I want to let you guys know how I'm doing. I'm doing great. I'm just trying to focus more on making things and getting in shape again, and working out again, and a lot of that comes with discipline, and I'm trying to work on my discipline right now. So hopefully I'll be more disciplined in the future, and I'll be able to get more of these out, but we'll see how things go. I'm trying to work on that 3D modeling thing still, and I'll update you guys on that soon, and some more art stuff on my other channel. I'm really just thinking a lot and trying to improve myself still. It takes a long time to do these things. It takes a lot out of me. But I hope you enjoy, and thank you for watching again. I really do appreciate it.